What is happening right now is unbelievably identical to the plot of Top Gun Maverick, the Oscar-nominated Best Picture of the Year in 2022. This has been an obsession of mine all week. I've been meaning to make this video all week, and I just saw Fox News reference it last night. So let me give you the proper treatment. We're going to go through this scene by scene. We're going to do a movie watch chronologically through the movie, and as you watch these scenes, remember that the whole plot is to use bunker buster bombs using stealth bombers through the mountainous region of a Middle East country in order to blow up its nuclear plant. Here's what the final scene looks like at the climax of the film, for example.
Bullseye, bullseye, bullseye!
Now, something troubled me when this movie first came out, and I'm just going to play this scene. It's at the 19-minute mark of the movie where they're setting out the whole plot of why they're doing this operation.
The target is an unsanctioned uranium enrichment plant built in violation of a multilateral NATO treaty. The uranium produced there represents a direct threat to our allies in the region.
Now, when I first watched this on an airplane in 2022 as just something to do to kill time, I thought that was a very strange plot choice because this whole operation to use bunker buster bombs and risk American lives to blow up a nuclear plant in the Middle East was because the nuclear plant represented a direct threat to our allies. Like, the military generals did not even say it was a threat to the United States. The operation was because the plant was a threat to our allies.
The uranium produced there represents a direct threat to our allies in the region.
So again, the plot of the movie is because the nuclear plant in the mountains of an undisclosed Middle East country represents a direct threat to our allies in the region. They don't say it's to the United States. I thought that was very, very strange to come at the 19-minute mark of a 2-hour movie as they're setting up the whole plot.
The uranium produced there represents a direct threat to our allies in the region. The Pentagon has tasked us with assembling a strike team and taking it out before it becomes fully operational.
So again, the plot is the Pentagon has been tasked to set up a strike force to launch a preemptive strike against this facility to take it out before it becomes fully operational. So this is without a war being declared. This is presumably without this country having launched an attack. This is a preemptive strike against a facility that is doing nuclear uranium enrichment to take it out before it becomes fully operational.
The plant sits in an underground bunker at the end of this valley. Said valley is GPS jammed and defended by an extensive surface-to-air missile array, serving a limited number of fifth-generation fighters, which in turn are backed up by a plentiful reserve of surplus aircraft.
That is where the Fordow nuclear enrichment site is, in the mountainous region just north of Iran's capital. Here is a Google Earth view of the Fordow nuclear enrichment facility, Iran's secretive nuclear site that only a U.S. bomb could hit. You will notice it's the same setup with these same valleys and slopes in a giant mountain range, which is snowy in winter, the same as you'll see in the final scene of the movie. Let's go into it. Fordow is built deep within northern Iran's rugged, remote mountains. Designed to withstand airstrikes, its underground location shields it from conventional bombs. So this site, with its 6 entrances, is because deep under the mountain is where the facilities are. Just like the nuclear uranium enrichment site in Top Gun has these entrances up top, built on a mountain range, and as you will see, the nuclear facilities are built underneath it.
Well, sir, normally this would be a cakewalk for the F-35 stealth, but the GPS jamming negates that. A surface-to-air threat necessitates a low-level, laser-guided strike. Tailor-made for the F-18, I figure. 2 precision bombs, minimum. Makes it 4 aircraft, flying in pairs. That is one hell of a steep climb out of there. Exposing you to all the surface-to-air missiles. Will you survive that? How soon before the plant becomes operational?
3 weeks, maybe less.
So even right there, they need to scramble this plan in order in 3 weeks or less. It was just announced by the Trump administration that they'll have to make a decision on this in approximately 2 weeks.
We recalled 12 Top Gun graduates from their squadrons. We want you to narrow that pool down to 6. They'll fly the mission.
So here you just heard them say they're going to use 6 stealth bombers in this mission. Guess the number of stealth bombers that were just moved within striking range of Iran. If you guessed 6, then you, my friend, are very good at picking up on context clues. There's then a dramatic scene that plays out where the team has second thoughts about whether this mission to bomb the the undisclosed uranium enrichment plant with its facilities under a mountain, the team is having second thoughts about whether it can even be done and whether it's even feasible given the air defense systems. And then Tom Cruise hijacks an airplane and single-handedly shows the mission can be done.
The uranium enrichment plant that is your target will be operational earlier than expected. Raw uranium will be delivered to the plant in 10 days' time. As a result, your mission has been moved up 1 week.
You'll notice they were supposed to have 3 weeks to carry out this mission, and then a week got removed, so they were down to 2 weeks, the same 2-week window we face now.
In order to avoid contaminating the target valley with radiation.
Sir, no one here has successfully flown a low-level course.
Nevertheless, you've been ordered to move on. Captain.
We have 1 week left to focus on Phase 2. It's the most difficult stage of the mission. It's a pop-up strike with a steep dive requiring nothing less than 2 consecutive miracles. 2 pairs of F-18s will fly in a welded wing formation. Teamwork, precise coordination of these aircraft is essential to both the mission's success and your survival. As you know, the plant rests between 2 mountains.
You'll notice the Fordro fuel enrichment plant also is sandwiched between 2 mountains.
On final approach, you'll invert directly into a steep dive. This allows you to maintain the lowest possible altitude and the only possible attack angle. Your target is an impact point less than 3 meters wide. The 2-seat aircraft will paint the target with a laser bullseye. The first pair will breach the reactor by dropping a laser-guided bomb on an exposed ventilation hatch. This will create an opening for the second pair. That's miracle number 1. The second team will deliver the kill shot and destroy the target. That's miracle number 2. If either team misses the target,
That's a miss.
the mission is a failure.
Damn it.
Egress is a steep, high G climb out to avoid hitting this mountain.
A steep climb at that speed, you're pulling at least 8 Gs.
9, minimum.
The stress limit of the F-18's airframe is 7.5.
That's the accepted limit. To survive this mission, you'll pull beyond that, even if it means bending your airframe. You'll be pulling so hard you'll weigh close to 2,000 pounds. Your skull crushing your spine. Your lungs imploding like an elephant sitting on your chest.
Here's that dramatic scene where Tom Cruise hijacks the airplane to show the mission can be done.
And as of today, there are new mission parameters. Time to target is now 4 minutes. You'll be entering the valley level at reduced speed, not to exceed 420 knots.
Sir, won't we be giving their planes time to intercept?
Well, Lieutenant, you have a fighting chance against enemy aircraft. What are the odds of surviving a head-on collision with a mountain? You'll be attacking the target from a higher altitude, level with the north wall. It's going to be a little harder to keep your laser on target, but you will avoid the high G climb out.
You sitting ducks for enemy missiles.
Who the hell is that?
Maverick to range control. Entering point Alpha. Confirm green range.
Maverick, range control. Green range is confirmed. I don't see an event scheduled for you, sir.
Well, I'm going anyway.
Nice.
Setting time to target, 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
2:15, that's impossible.
File attack point. Mavericks inbound. Bombs away.
Bullseye! Holy shit! Damn.
I just remember watching this scene on an airplane, and I'm a pro-Israel guy, generally speaking, and thinking this was a very strange scene because there's all of this drama and this incredible emotional pull that comes from this, and yet the whole plot device has nothing to do with America. This was because the plant was considered a direct threat to an ally in the region. So it's like this whole mission is to do something that has nothing to do directly with America. Now, I understand from an alliance perspective that is, perhaps a decision that our government will make. But it's a very strange thing for an American military propaganda film for the whole plot to be for an ally in the region and not for ourselves. It's almost like it's not even couched in those interests. So here's the actual strike at the climax of the film.
Get the eyes on that target, Bob. Target 3! Stand by, Mav! Come on, Bob, come on. Stand by! I've got it captured! Target acquired, bombs away. We've got impact! Check, direct hit!
That's miracle number 1.
Dagger 2, status!
Almost there, man. Almost there.
Fanboy, where's my laser? I'm sure there's something wrong with this laser! Shit! Deadeye! Come on, guys, we're running out of time.
I'm trying. Come on, damn boys.
Nearly there! Come on, bad boy, get it online!
There's no time. I'm dropping blinds.
Looser, I got this!
No time. Pull out.
Bombs away! Bombs away!
Bullseye!
Miracle number 2.
Now they're in Coffin Corner.
So they continually refer to this as Coffin Corner because the American pilots are at such immediate danger of being killed as they try to escape this mission.
Now they're in Coffin Corner.
We're not out of this yet. Here it comes. Radar warning. Smoke in the air. Phoenix, break right.
Emergency jettison. Dagger 3 defending.
Here comes another one. Dagger 1 defending. Rooster status. Oh my God. Smoke in the air, smoke in the air. Break right, payback, break right. Breaking right. Oh my God, here they come. Stab on your 6, Rooster. Deploying countermeasures. Negative contact. Dagger 1 defending. Talk to me, Bob. Break right, Phoenix, break right. 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Oh, Rooster, 2 more on your 6. Dagger 2 defending. Payback, Sam on your nose. Dagger 4 defending. Rooster, tally.
Talk to me, Bob.
Dagger 2 defending. Phoenix, break right.
I see it.
Dagger 2 defending. Shit, I'm out of flares. Rooster, evade. I can't shake them. They're on me. Mav, no.
Dagger 1 is hit. I repeat, Dagger 1 is hit. Maverick is down.
Dagger 1 status. Anyone see him? Does anyone see him? Dagger 1, come in. I didn't see a parachute. We have to circle back.
Comanche, bandits inbound. Single group hot. Recommend Dagger flow south.
1 minute to intercept.
Get him back to the carrier, now.
All daggers flow to ECP. You have bandits headed for you.
What about Maverick?
Tell him there's nothing he can do for Maverick, not in a goddamn F-18.
Dagger spare, request permission to launch and fly air cover.
Negative, spare.
Launch search and rescue.
Negative. Not with bandits in here.
Look, sir, Maverick is still out
We
there.
are not losing anyone else today.
So Maverick gets shot down in this, Tom Cruise, and, you know, spoiler alert, he lives at the end, but everyone thinks he's dead because his plane gets shot down. And I remember watching this on a plane and thinking, this is a very, very strange movie, because the whole setup is that this entire operation, risking American lives, and in this case, it would be killing Tom Cruise, is gauged as not being for U.S. interests, but all because the nuclear plant represented a direct threat to allies in the region, which is clearly a reference to Israel, and this is clearly a reference to the Fordow nuclear enrichment plan, and I'll show you this. This had been considered a threat since 2009 when Iran announced that that plant was building a nuclear enrichment facility. I'll show you that now. Here's Barack Obama in 2009 saying the size and configuration of this facility is inconsistent with the peaceful program. And by the way, if you wondered, well, there's snow in those mountains, does it really snow in Iran? Yes, this is one of the nearby mountain ranges by the Fordow plant in Iran. It snows in the winter. It is on a map, by the way. This is the city of Qom, and then you'll see the Fordow plant is right here in these mountains. But this is a very strange way to sell things to Americans. Tom Cruise is presumed dead in this movie. This is the big drama of the film, that he sacrifices himself for a crazy operation, daredevil, risky operation, risking all the air defenses, getting up close to deliver these bombs, and then dying. And in this case, it does give fodder to folks who make the argument that this operation from the outset of the movie is not couched in terms of U.S. interests. It's couched in terms of that plant being a threat to direct allies in the region, meaning Israel. So if Tom Cruise had died in this movie, he would have died for Israel, not for U.S. interests, as the movie makes no effort to even talk about how this plant, which is clearly the Fordow nuclear enrichment plant that had been a concern of the White House, of the Israeli government, and of the French government and others since 2009. Now, again, this movie came out in 2022, and I'm not taking a side on this. I want the coalition to stay together. I believe that the sort of MAGA domestic-focused side needs support in the coalition. I believe that the folks who are more interested in local regional security for Israeli issues need support from the coalition on Trump. Both of them, both sides are totally screwed in the event of a Merrick Garland Justice Department arresting everybody, and the foreign policy agenda of the Biden, Harris, Obama lineage. And so I'm just, I guess, trying to focus in a lens on this and say that even I, as a pro-Israel person, found this to be a kind of troubling thing in 2022 as a film that got 6 Oscar nominations, including for Best Picture. And it seems strange that nobody was talking about this plot, and for this plot to literally come back 3 years later and be playing out in real time, I think is fascinating, slightly disturbing. And my hope is that peace can be reached quickly on this. Security can be ensured, a deal can be struck, and the division of the coalition can be avoided.